That's the first step. Okay, I think we are live. Good morning, everyone. Happy New Year. So good to see you all. Please encourage everyone to join, share this as soon as you see it, because we are about to have a great time with our annual virtual vision board party. This is my favorite event of the year. We have the fabulous, amazing Lucinda Cross once again, who's been with us since our very first year of Mob United. And I'm just so grateful to have her back. She's actually has the distinction of being the only speaker that we invite back every year, because it's just such a powerful way to start the new year. And I just really have been looking forward to this. So spread the word, spread the word. I'm going to be sharing and promoting as soon as I see the link live. So I hope that you will invite friends and family to come. You know, this is an event that's for the whole family. Everyone you know can participate. We especially encourage you to do it with your sons. We are an organization focused on Black boys and men. So we encourage you, if you have sons, invite your sons to participate in this exercise with you, because we want to set a vision for our lives, we want to set a vision for their lives, we want to set a vision for the whole family. So we want sons, daughters, husbands, partners, everyone in your life to participate in this, because it's so important to set your intentions for the year. And I'm going to share my personal vision board testimony in just a minute from last year. But first, I just have to give a very special shout out and happy birthday to Kimberly Robinson Alexander, one of Mob United's national leaders, who's also been here with us from the beginning. I have to say, I doubt she's tuning in right now, because she is in Ghana right now celebrating her 45th birthday. Her hashtag is 45 my way. So she's been in Ghana all week, and I've been following along on social media. She's having a fabulous time, but I just want to, I'm sure she'll come back and watch this later. So I just want to acknowledge Kim and all that you do for Mob United. Your contributions are immeasurable, and I just hope you're having a fabulous time in Ghana. And I can't wait to hear all about it when you get back. So now for my testimony. We did this last year, second Saturday of January last year, and I created my vision board. I put some things on there, and then, it's just very interesting to see how this works. So I'll just give you a few examples, Lucinda, then I'm going to turn it over to you. One of the things I put on my vision board is the schools I wanted my sons to go to. So they were both at transition points, going from elementary school to middle school and going from middle school to high school. And I have particular schools, just one school each that I wanted them to go to. So I put it on the vision board. Then I worked the process. There are now students at those schools, right? So that's one thing, setting the intention for our children. I also wanted to travel. We had been in pandemic lockdown at that point for 2 solid years, hadn't really been anywhere. So I wanted to travel, get back out there. I ended up traveling practically the whole world. I went to Kenya, South Africa, and France, all within like a matter of 10 weeks last summer, from June to August. Also went to San Francisco, to Georgia, other places, but it was like an epic travel year. So I want to repeat that again this year. I know that's going to be on there again. I just had some amazing experiences. I also had some goals around organizing my house. I had started a process of house organization. I wanted to continue that and maintain it, which I was able to do. Had a few romantic ambitions on the vision board, which also panned out. It's over now, but that's okay. I had a fun year, had a lot of fun. And we'll just leave that there. But we're not gonna have that on there this year, but I had fun last year. And two very significant things though that I want to share is I've just on a lark put an image of Howard University, my alma mater, on the vision board, because as a long-term, this is kind of a stretch long-term goal, I aspired to serve on the board of Howard. But at that time I had no like actual way to do that. No, you can't like apply. So it was just kind of a longer term thing. But I went back because I had to check the receipts on this to see like the timing, because we have this, early mid-January. On March 15th of last year, I got outreach out of nowhere from a search firm, Korn Ferry, like a search firm who searches for board members for Howard, asking if I would be interested in serving on the board of Howard. And I was like, yes, it's actually, I literally told them it's on my vision board. Like I wanted them to understand. I'm not kidding. I actually told the search person, it's on my vision board. You don't understand. So that's how interested I am. And then I went through a process of interviewing from, March, and by July, I was elected to the Board of Howard. So that was kind of a magical like thing that happened. So that's one thing I had to share because that's like a lifelong goal and honor that I figured maybe sometime over the next decade might happen, right? That was a longer term one. Another magical thing that happened I have to share because we're on a Mob United event that happened as it related to Mob United. I put on the board that I wanted to hire a paid executive director for Mob United because Lucinda, we've been all volunteer. We have contractors here and there, but for the most part, we've been a volunteer organization this whole time. And I just have to say, like, if somebody, Beth, if you can share into the group, because I can't see how to do it while I'm also talking. So the live stream, I encourage you to share into the group. So, Lucinda, we've been an all volunteer organization. We've had a core group of women who've been pouring their time and energy into this. Vanessa McCullers was our volunteer executive director for years, and we have reached a point where we need full-time leadership, right? And many of us have had life transitions, a lot of things have happened in our lives, and we're not able to dedicate as much time on a volunteer basis. So I just set that intention on the vision board, and I just have to take you through the timeline of what happened next. So first, I was encouraged to apply for a grant that was due in February, right? Just a grant from a law firm. We've been working with Perkins Coie, and the grant was due February 28th. And, I procrastinate, I'm busy, I don't have time. I literally submitted, I pressed the button at midnight, February 28th, to apply for this grant, right? The final deadline, because that's how I had to do it. Then I was a part of this fellowship called Forward Promise that gave us a consultant kind of to advise us. And I explained, like, I think we reached a point where we need paid leadership and how can I do that? And I'm talking to this consultant for a period of months, and she's introduced me to somebody who introduces me to somebody who introduced me to somebody else. And, by the third or fourth person, it was kind of a random assortment of people she was introducing me to. The third or fourth person who it led to said, well, I know a search firm who works with nonprofits. Maybe they'd be willing to take you on. I'm going to introduce you. So they connected me with the search firm, and they came back, this sounds great. They came back with their standard, like, this is going to be $50,000. Right? I was like, okay, well, thank you for your time. You don't have $50,000 to spend on a search. So never mind, back to the drawing board, right? We'll figure it out. So then they came back though and said, I was really moved by your story and we would really like to work with you. So we're going to try to come up with a creative way. And they came back with a package that was much more palatable. Still not cheap, but I was like, I think we can do that. Like, I'm willing to fund it myself, right? Right after I said yes to that, literally, like, I just have to tell you this, like, literally, like the next day or the day after that, out of nowhere, I got word that we were getting a grant for the exact amount of the search firm fee, like literally the exact amount. So that was confirmation, like, this is like, we're supposed to move forward with this.
Gosh.
So that's that, but still we got to pay the salary, like, and we're going to like spend our entire budget on this person's salary. So the search firm says they'll only do it if the salary is a certain amount. I was like, wow, that's a lot more than we were expecting to pay. But I went to the board, yes, we're going to take this risk and hope it works out. So keep in mind, I had applied for a grant. Now we're up to like June, July, right? I applied for the grant back in February. Literally, as soon as I said yes to that we'll move forward with this salary, I heard back from the grant that I applied for in February.
Wait.
That was I'm not kidding. I'm telling you, the people need to know that was the exact amount plus $5,000 of the required salary. And the grant you didn't apply for an amount. It's like you just apply and they tell you what the amount is. It's not like you're applying for an amount. And that was just like something that played out over the course of this year, but it was one of the top things, how you make us do the top 3. It's one of the top things on the vision board. And we're now in a search process. Hopefully by March, no later than the summer, we'll have someone selected and in place. They're searching now. So I just had to share so the people will know the vision board works. And you have to set your intention and be clear, and then God and the universe conspires to make it so. So I'm excited to see what this year will bring, because last year was just epic in so many ways. And I'm just eager to get into this. And I just want to thank you so much for your guidance and leadership. It's just always so inspiring. I hope you have your DJ list ready for this year. If you had like Okay. You had the party going last year, so
Remember, we were
all right.
jamming. We were jamming. We going
Right, I
old.
know.
We
We were
going old school
dancing,
this year
jamming.
though.
So I'm gonna set up and just turn it over to you, the fabulous, incomparable Lucinda Cross, founder of Activate Your Vision. You can reintroduce yourself to people, but just, TV personality, leader, entrepreneur, woman extraordinaire who has been guiding us through this vision process. I also have to say, I still have the original vision board that we created together in 2017 for Mob United in my basement. It's in my basement covered in plastic, and I will save it forever. So that was a big part of how the organization even came to be and setting our goals and vision that time when you came with us to our very first retreat to the Poconos. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to you and just sit back and get my materials ready so we can get
I
into
love
this.
it. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for always having me. It is an honor, not just words, but it is an honor. And every time I get the invite, I'm like, yes, because this is something that I love. Mob United is home. Where else can we go to understand each other as moms of Black boys and the challenges and the struggles that we also go through? So I love what your organization does, not just only to support our boys, but also to support the moms, right? A lot of times we get lost in the whole process and forgotten about, and just with you constantly wanting to do this first every year, it just even more, it says even so much more to say, listen, I'm thinking about you, I'm thinking about your families, and we're here. And so that's what today is all about, us creating a vision. And I said, this year, let's add the vibe into it, because there's one thing to say, I see this for my family, but let's add the vibration and the energy into it. And I hear often, oh, well, do vision boards really work, Lucinda? But it's also the energy that we put into it. A lot of it has to do with faith, and understanding that faith is a huge tool. So taking 2 steps back, for those who don't know me, because I know the organization has grown, those who are watching live, those who are watching the replay, my name is Lucinda Cross. I am a mom of Black boys. I have two of my own and a daughter. And I'm the oldest of 3 brothers. And so I understand our struggles. I understand our challenges. I understand our success and our wins. And I also understand how important it is to have a vision for the family. I created a business called Activate Worldwide, which supports women in business who wants to really step into and use their voice and step into that calling to speak, to create products, to create services, but we just work on them speaking their truth and standing in their power. And how do you market and brand what you truly believe in? Then I have my nonprofit, which is Activate Your Life. That is my passion project. It's all about re-entry, helping women and at-risk youth. How do you re-enter into society? How do you re-enter after being in a shelter, after divorce, after whatever you're going through? How do you get back on your feet in these transitions and getting the support that you need, the leadership, the empowerment, the life skills? And so that's my passion project. But today we're going to go old school today. We may come up a little new school, but we're going to go old school today. I like for us to do some of the mental work before we even get into the cutting and pasting. And so I'm hoping, whether you're watching live, whether you're going to watch the replay, some tools that you should all have already had: magazines, quotes that you love, affirmations that you love already cut out, a poster board or a journal book. I like to use a book now where I can flip the pages, but you can use a nice poster board. I still love to be able to see my vision board. Just as, like I tell my kids, just as much as you watch the TV and the game, you should be looking at your vision board. Where are you in math? Where are you with your career goals? Where are you with your job? Where are you with your savings? Before you turn on that Call of Duty, can you make sure that you make that Call of Duty on your vision board and look at it and see what you've accomplished and what you need to work on? And so your poster board, your scissors, your glue, your magazine clippings, words that you cut out, and a lot of these items you can grab at Michael's or the dollar store. Sometimes we may have some of those things even in our home. And what you'll do is, I like to look at it as calling it my Fab 5: faith, family, friends, finances, and fitness. And the bonus is fun, right? And I love how the poster, she put fun on there. She traveled, faith, family, friends, finances, fitness, and the bonus is fun. I repeat one more time: faith, family, friends, finances, fitness, and fun. And so when we look at our boards, one, as a family, it's saying, what do we need to do? What are our roles in this house? And what I love about having that family board, as the children get older, it becomes a bigger conversation around the table to say, what is our vision as a family? Who needs support in what area? Okay, we know this particular child is getting ready to go to college. We know this child is struggling with their education. We know this one is dealing with lack of confidence, low self-esteem. We understand that mom may need help in certain areas with finances. And if dad is around, we also know that dad also needs support with certain things as well. How can we all show up so the family has a plan, even if it's for a business? Hey guys, what are we all going to work on? What is that overall family vision? Breaking it out into pieces and saying, okay, how are we infusing some fun? Do we include a family trip, road trip, travel? Maybe someone's birthday is coming up and they want something different. So it's really putting out a plan on what this looks like, and everybody in the household making an agreement to say that, count me in. I'm with this. I'm willing to hold me accountable for this for the rest of the year. And also revisiting this at least every 3 months to say, all right, where do we stand? Where do we stand so far? And having those family meetings. Individual boards, which I love to have my son, and he's not here now, he's running around somewhere, but with his friends on his scooter. But what I love to see him do is to have him, and I tell him, and for those young ones watching, on your vision board, not only what is your dreams, and it's not one of these things where you say, well, who do you want to be when you grow up? For 2023, even if we say for January, what does that goal look like? February, what does that goal look like? What do you want your summer to look like? How much money do you want to save? Is there a certain type of business you want to start? Is there a book you want to write? Is there family things that you want to do, something that you want to do special with your friends or for your birthday? What do you want your report cards to look like, right? I tell even my daughter in college, I said, on your vision board, while you're in college, what does this look like? Your friends, how many groups, what sorority do you hope to get to be a part of, right? Put that on your vision board. What does your grades look like? Okay, you want to get honors, you want to continue to get scholarships, you're looking for internship because she goes to Hampton. Put all of this stuff on your board. You want to be able to drive, you want to pick up a side gig, so put all of these things on your board. Extra money, stay out of debt, checking my health, making new friends, joining these groups. I tell her, think big, also think realistic, but think big. And just even to hear Depelsha talk about how she got invited to the board, that's the power of vibration. Writing the vision, making it plain, and then saying, all right, she was expecting this for years to come. But just because the audacity to have the faith to put the vision on the board, to say, this is what I feel I deserve and desire and want to be a part of, the universe, God, whoever you worship, believe in, works in such a mysterious and magical way that it brings these things straight to you. And I would always say, if you don't see something on your vision board come to fruition, at least 80% of my vision board comes to fruition every single year. And it's a work in progress. I go back, I look on the vision board. Some things I say, you know what? I did want that in January. It's March, new direction, right? And I'm able to take it off, or I'm able to redirect, course correct. But what I love is that we're able to sit here and put down what we feel we deserve and desire, receive it, be in a position to have faith and know that we deserve it, to know that it's our time, and welcome it into our space, right? And so that's what I want you all to do on today, as we just have some fun. You will continue working on this vision board, not only today, but throughout the rest of this month. But let's get through some of these fear busters. And these fear busters are the things that are in our gut, in our subconscious, that speak sometimes louder than the vision. So we can tell our son, put down honor roll student, scholarship, A's. Oh, quick testimony. My daughter, for her vision board, before she got into college, before she got into Hampton, she's a freshman, last year in August, she put down, she always wanted to go to HBCU. Every vision board from, I would say, 6th, 7th grade, HBCU, HBCU, HBCU. So she said, Mom, I'm putting down the quote unquote, and DePel will laugh, the rivals, right? I'm putting down Hampton and Howard, NCCU, and I think there was a school in Florida. She said, I'm putting them down. But I know Hampton and Howard will probably be the toughest ones. I probably won't get accepted into those. We'll see. She was banking on NCCU. In January, I think it was January, February, she received a letter from Hampton University to say that they would like to, have her, I know she applied, that they would like to speak to her because they have accepted her application. She lost her mind, running around, screaming, grabbing her board off the wall, tearing up her paint and just losing it. She's like, Mom, Hampton said yes. She was like, this is not true. For months, she had to be convinced. She didn't believe it all the way up until we brought her to campus. She did not believe it all the way until we went up into campus. And she's like, I cannot believe this. I can't believe I'm in Hampton. I would have never thought that I would make it to one of the top HBCUs. And she is doing her thing out there. And it's just a beautiful thing to watch. But the power of the vision and having the energy and the vibration behind it, because it's not just, I told you, don't just put it up there. It's also, are you moving and positioning yourself in the way to show I'm a HBCU person. You have to already believe you're an HBCU grad. So as you're putting the schools up there, I want you to see yourself, you're already an HBCU grad. That means there's a mannerism. That means that there's an attitude, right? That means it's so show up as that right now, even in 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade. You already position yourself in it as if you already have it. Nepelsha's was a board member without even knowing she was about to be a board member, right? And so the beauty of it, her mannerisms, the work that she's done, how she serves, how she supports, the initiatives she puts together, already in board mode. So it was like, why not? To some of us, we're like, that's a no-brainer. Like we could have just called up and said, but it's something that she wanted and you received. And so I love to see the power of vision come to fruition. What you'll do with the Fab Five is put it on your vision board or put it in sections in your vision book to say, faith, what does this look like for me? Leave space, because you're going to fill that in with words. What does faith look like? Does it mean that you'll now wake up 5 a.m. for 5 a.m. prayer, 5:30 a.m.? Are you going to join prayer calls? Does it mean that you'll get up and meditate? Does it mean that you'll take some time every night before you go to sleep to have some type of spiritual encounter? So what does faith look like for you? And then you'll cut images and words, maybe your favorite scripture or an image of someone praying, or hey, I want to go to visit Jordan. That can be on part of your faith board. Hey, I'm going to start fasting every Wednesday for the next, 30 days, that can be on your faith board, something where you're making a commitment to say, I want to get closer to God. I want to get closer to who I believe in, my source. And I'm taking this action step, right, to get there. And I'm looking at this affirmation that I'm going to continue reciting, so that not only am I eating the words, I'm doing the action of it, and I'm in a space of increasing faith in my life. And as a result of that, that's what you're putting on your board. Same thing, faith, family. What does that look like? I shared some of that, but even with your family, if it's on your individual board, family, maybe it's going to see Nana more, maybe it's checking in with family, maybe it's organizing the family reunion. I'm praying for you if you decide to do that. That's work, okay? But it's beautiful work, but it's work. Maybe it's coming up with the family barbecue, maybe Sunday dinners with the older ones. For me, it gets tough because I'm almost an empty nester. And so I have to, on my vision board this year, infuse things that fit around or make mandatory. Hey, on my birthday, I need all my kids here, and we're going to do this, right? So I have to be a little more of mandatory meeting and selective on what I choose, because everybody's in school, everybody's doing their thing. But how can I still keep the family grounded? Also visiting my grandmother, started doing a lot of that, even more than what I did before, right? So you put on your family section, what would you like to increase? So everything on this vision board, when it comes to faith, family, friends, finances, fitness, fun, think of abundance, think of increase. How can I increase in this particular area? How can I increase in my faith? And what does that look like? So the what does that look like is what goes on your vision board. How it gets done, that's something that's in the vibration, right? So the vision is, okay, this is what I believe. The what goes on the vision board. Remember the who, what, when, where, why, and sometimes how in school. That's all vision board work. Same thing, increasing in your family, finances. What does that look like? Does it look like skimming back in certain areas? Does it look like making a budget to save up for an investment? Does it look like, purchasing a home? Does it look like cleaning up your credit? And not being unrealistic. So being realistic when you're saying, and giving yourself grace. Yes. Someone say grace, giving yourself grace in each and every one of these areas. So even when it comes with finances, I always see people say, oh, I want to be debt free. Well, we'll always have some level of debt if we're living, unless you are not, paying any mortgage or rent, or we'll always have some form of debt, but good debt. Right. And so what does that look like? If we are realistic, doesn't mean that, hey, I want to increase my credit score by 100 points in the next 6 months. By the time the end of 2023 comes, I want to be able to have my credit score in the high 7s. And as a result of that, I'm going to put the score that I want on my vision board. As a result of that, I'm going to, put the investments. I'm going to put, so now you're looking at, I'm going to put that I'm taking 10% of everything. So you're being also strategic at the same time, and realistic, and also pushing the limit. That's what I love about a vision board. Push the limit. So if you think you want to do 100, increase by 100, and you put 700 on the board that you want your credit score, put 750, put 760. Let me go to the high 7s. It's all about the vibration. It's all about the actions, right? And so the increase is what's important in each of these Fab 5 areas, and the bonus. Same thing with fun, same thing with fitness. Now, we all want to work in a certain, have a certain form and shape. For me, fitness is, how can I just be healthy? Right. I know I'm not going to walk out here looking like Beyonce or Megan Stallion, whatever. I just, but let me be realistic. I know I'm not going to sit in the gym. I'm not a gym rat type of person. I love dance classes. Right. And I'm not sure if I shared this did I share this last year? If not, I started venturing into, don't judge me. Don't judge me now. I started venturing into pole fitness and belly dancing. Do you know the increase of just feeling feminine and a woman and not just a mom? So I ventured into pole fitness, which that's upper body strength, that's cardio. You have to hold your weight. You have to stretch, right? Beyond, stretching beyond limits, but just what it did for my confidence to push me from just being a mom, which is fine. I'm more than just hey, let me remember I'm a woman first. And I have a certain essence to being a woman. So that pole fitness let me get back into my essence. And getting back into my essence now motivated me to increase my finances. And then motivated me to spend time with my family. So one thing trickled into the other. That's what I love about the Fab 5. When you work on one, it motivates you and inspires you. And when you start to see things come to fruition for one, it trickles down like a snowball effect for the others. So, and I started doing belly dancing. I'm there I had 3 C-sections. Okay, moms. Okay. We know that fupa, it don't go away that fast. It doesn't. That fupa is there. So doing belly dancing allowed me to embrace. And I said, I want some belly beads too. So, okay, you may say, Lucinda, what does that have to do with anything? For someone who's not motivated for fitness, I didn't want to go to the gym. I was wasting money paying for gym memberships, for this membership and that one. I invested in myself and signed up for pole fitness, belly dancing. And what that did was gave me the motivation to even want to change my diet, changed how I approach fitness, supplements that I took. So it really helped fitness inside out, right? Not just focusing on outside, but inside. What did I need to work on inside so that I could move better and I can feel better and I'm motivated and I'm inspired to go after the vision on my board. Are we good? Are we good? Okay, good. So if you are, and we're going to get into some quick music, but if you are, have a pen and paper, right? Something separate, I hope you do. We're going to go through the process of elimination. I call it like life editing. Hope I'm saying that right. Life editing. And what life editing is looking at all the things that we really want to get done and skimming down to the most important things so that we can live a life of abundance, so that we can be in a position of visions, having the provision for the vision, and being able to be in a clear space to see when blessings come. Because what happens when most people say, oh, my vision board is not working, I don't believe in those things, a lot of times they're really not clear. And when you're not clear, you'll miss the fact that 10 things on your board came right to you, but because you were so occupied, you didn't realize it and you didn't pay attention. So it's important to get clear on what you want. Not so much on how it should come to you, not so much how the blessing can come to you, just being open to receive. Because you may have accomplished and completed some of the things on your vision board without even knowing it, because you weren't clear and because you weren't focused, and not even in, and sometimes that can come off as a space of, well, I'm not grateful because this didn't come in a shiny box as like I wanted it to. A lot of times my blessings came from, and I'm like, wait a minute, how did we get here, right? And so be open to understanding that when your vision board starts to work for you, it may not look like how your vision you expected it to look, but know that it's still there, know that it's coming through, know that it's happening, and putting that energy in it. So while you're here, let's just shake it off. I want you to release any thoughts of doubt, uncertainty, what 2022 has done to you. If I know it was challenging for me, 2022 probably was one of the most challenging years I've had in my life. And I said, you know what, before I create my vision board, I need to get clear of 2022. Not so much even the pandemic, but even 2020, I need to get clear and release myself from the energy of 2022. I felt like 2022 was an abusive relationship, seriously. And it was so bad that I had to tell God one day, I said, God, one more thing, I may snap. I think I'm gonna mentally snap, because I can't take anymore. If it wasn't the kids, it was something else. If it wasn't the kids, it was the business. If it wasn't the business, then it was this, my family. If it wasn't the family, it was my finances. And every time I turned around, being in a position of givers, as most moms are, we're the givers, I just was getting burned out, overwhelmed, stressed out. And even looking at anything on my vision board, or even thinking of accomplishing anything for me, was put to the back burner by me, which wasn't right. But 2022 just really put a beating on me. And I said, you know what, I really need to get into a space where I'm clear and bringing positive energy to my board. So if you feel like you just need to take a breather, what do you need to release? There's 3 things on your paper I want you to write. Stop, start, and continue. Stop, start, and continue. What do you need to stop in 2023? Write that down.
So Lucinda, one thing or multiple things for each of
It
these?
it could be multiple. I would say no more than like your top 2 or 3.
Okay.
Yeah, your top 2 or 3. What do you need to stop in 2023? Those main things that are holding or have held you back. I don't know what's going on with my music. It's not giving me the love I need. The
And
next
you
thing,
want us to do all 3 right now? Stop, start, and continue, or just stop?
yeah, so the
Stop,
next,
start, and
right.
continue. Okay.
Yep. So after your stop, really think about that. What do you need to start? So for example, on your stop list could be, you know what, I need to stop procrastinating, or I need to stop giving opportunities to other people that I need to accept for myself, you know, or I need to stop saying no and really being okay with taking a risk. Now looking at your start, what do you need to start? What are the top 3 things, or even the top 2 things that you really need to start in 2023? And that start is, all of this is mental space. I really need to start making these calls. I really need to start putting myself out there. I really need to start, some of us really need to start bragging and patting ourselves on the back to say, hey, I've accomplished some stuff. Some of us need to start celebrating. Some of us just really need to start opening up more, you know, removing, you know, or stopping by removing those boundaries. We have our walls so high and so thick that we're not even allowing things to come in. And some of us just need to start by opening up more, start communicating, start asking. Yeah, removing the pride and the ego, start asking. Even if you get the no, or you get more questions behind it, or you don't get the response that you expected, make asking a habit. Some of us just need to start asking for help.
Well, I'm just gonna share a couple from that I'm seeing on Facebook. One person put procrastinating, stop procrastinating. Someone else said, stop expecting support from family and friends for her business, which hopefully you'll find the support you need. I'll share mine on starting, because I shared all the testimonies of what went well last year. The thing in my top 3 that did not go well is I didn't reach my health goals. So I need to start prioritizing my health and fitness. But, you know, I was traveling the world and going out on dinner dates. So it's hard to exercise and eat well when you're doing that. So some of them canceled out the other, but I'm going to work on it this year.
That's right. I love it. 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 Yeah, that's tough, because I'm since I moved to Connecticut, I became like this lobster person. And it's like the lobster and the garlic butter and the lobster rolls and the mashed potatoes with the butter.
I love it.
I might have to go to Stew Learners and get some lobster, but I became a lobster girl. But it's okay, but I have to, you know, I have to skim back.
Right. No, that sounds good. I love lobster. Okay. I just wanted to interject. Someone else said, stop making excuses. So I'll come in from time to time, but I'm going to go back off camera and keep working on my own thing.
I love it. I love the dialogue. Thanks. I love it. I love it. And then here's the beauty, they continue. Some things we do are working for us, and we don't need to shift and change. Like, this works, you know? So there's things we need to stop. And especially when it comes to us really stepping into our vision for our families, for ourselves, then there's things that we need to start, you know, so that we can begin to shift how things look for us. Because we're like, you know what, this is not working. My mentor will always say, how's that working for you? And I'm like, you know what, actually it's not. So he'd say, well, then what are you going to do about it? So we have to look and ask ourselves, how is that working for you? Is being closed in, how is that working for you? Being sheltered, how's that putting your walls up, having these set boundaries, the sand in the line, unforgiving, how is that working for you? So maybe we just need to start forgiving people and really releasing. No one said that you have to become, you know, homies and besties and after it, but some of us just really need to get into a place of forgiving and even forgiving ourselves. So maybe you need to start by forgiving yourself, and you start that by saying, you know what, Lucinda, I apologize for allowing you or for putting you in positions and really talking to yourself, right? My mentor said it's okay talking to yourself. When you start, answering back, that's when it starts to become questionable. But, some of us just really need to forgive ourselves and give ourselves some grace. Give yourself some grace. Things didn't work out. Right. For me, I didn't, when I became a single, I didn't sign up to be a single mother when I had that beautiful baby in my belly. I didn't think about doing this thing on my own. I needed to forgive myself of that, because what was happening is I was thinking of my children as a burden and not as a blessing. And I said, man, this is not how I thought it should be. But remember what I said in the beginning, sometimes the blessing and the vision is not how we expect to see it, but we can miss out on it. And so what do you need to continue? There's some things that work well. Continue those, do not stop. And when you're done with writing those down, take a breath. Take a breath. Some of us need to start breathing, take a breath, breathe deep. Whether you're 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, or whatever year was that moment that things shifted, release it. Think about it, grab hold of it. Like I'll grab hold and say, you know what? 2022, you really shook me up, but I'm going to release it. I'm going to release everything that I've experienced, that I've observed, that hurt. I'm going to release all those feelings and really step into this new beginning. Not so much even a new year, but even a new beginning for myself. So today is our new year, because we're stepping into this with new energy. We're stepping into this releasing and starting out with, what do I need to stop, start, and continue? Because things need to shift here, right? And so this is one of my girls. I don't know if we're gonna go old school. This is new school still. I think Erykah Badu is still new, but as we're going on and on, right? I want you to pull out another sheet of paper, or on that same sheet on the back, and number it from 1 to 10. And when you're done, let me know you're done by thumbs up. I'm trying to get into the chat. Just for clarity, you're numbering it 1 to 10 in a line, like you're making a list. So 1 to 10 in the list, just numbers. Let me see if I can see some of the chat in here. All right. So now what I want you to do is, when it comes to, this is where the vision board work happens, and you'll have plenty of time to cut and paste for this. But like I said, clarity is key. So scale from 1 to 10, write down your top 10 visions, your top 10 goals, your top 10 aspirations, just your top 10 for 2023 on that list. So between that today and next year, when we meet again, what are the top 10 things that you want to have accomplished for 2023? Those goals, whatever you call them, aspirations, your visions, your dreams, what are your top 10? And you put that on your paper. And this could be for your family as a goal. If you're doing a family board today, this can be for your personal board. If the young people are working on their boards, they can put on their board. My top 10 is, I need to get this bike, the electric scooter, I need to graduate, whatever they put down. Maybe yours is moving, but write down your top 10. You have 2 minutes to do that. Your top 10. What are top 10 goals, visions, dreams, aspirations that you have? Two minutes for that, starting now. DePelsha, how's the music? Can you hear it, or is it too low?
It's a little low.
I don't know why it's not doing its thing.
I know. That's a little better. I hear that more.
Is it loud though? No.
It's not loud, but it's louder than before.
One more minute. I give you guys 30 more seconds. All right, I'm curious to know, do they need one more minute or where do we stand? Do they need one more minute or are we good?
I can't think of number 10. I have 9.
You have
Gotta
9?
come up with, I'll do that every time. I think it's like risk averse. You get to the last one, like, I don't know what you take the last spot. You know? Let me check in. I wasn't paying attention to what people were saying. Let me see what they're saying. Let us know if you need more time or you're good to go. One person said one more, a few people said one more minute. Vanessa's done. Sharon's done, Adrian's done. So it's a mix.
Okay, so we'll do, we'll give one more minute. We'll give one more minute.
Okay, I'm gonna go take my minute. I'll be back. You have a fan joining from Pakistan, Lucinda.
Huh?
You have someone joining from Pakistan who said you're beautiful.
Wow, wow, love it. Love it.
Very nice these days. I guess life must be treating you well. Oh, me? Well, I've just been doing the same old thing I've always been doing. You know, I've got a new lady now, and it's a little different than it was when I was with you. You know, I think back to when we met, the way I used to be and the cold way I used to act. But more than that, I think of how you changed me with your love and sensitivity. Remember when I used to love them and leave them. That's what I used to do. Use and abuse them.
All right, 30 more seconds now.
Then I laid eyes on you. It was pain before pleasure. That was my claim to fame. With every measure, baby. Tasted teardrop stains, yeah. I was cold as ice long ago, baby, baby.
All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. My Kevin Hart. All right, all right, all right. So we have 10. We put down 10 visions, 10 goals, 10 aspirations, 10 2023. We knocking this out. What I want you to do is to take a look at that list and think about 5 that you're going to cross out. We should only have 5 left. Pick a random 5 that you're going to cross out. I know I made you work for 4 minutes on putting together your top 10, but cross out 5. Cross out 5 of them. And there's a method to the madness. Those who participate every year understand the method to the madness. Those who are new here, cross 5 out of the 10. Don't think about it, just any 10, especially for my overanalyzers and overthinkers who are trying to figure this out. Let me just cross out 5. Yes, some of those things have to go. For now, I'll explain to you. So cross out 5. When you're done, let me know. You have like 30 seconds to do this because this is something I don't want you to overthink. Cross out 5. And the reason why we're crossing out 5, it's important for us to, when it comes to creating our vision boards and our goals, this is more about us being productive and not just having clippings on a board or in a book or on your phone from Pinterest. This is about how can I be more productive? How can I show up for myself? How can I be a great starter and a great finisher? Not just starting, not just thinking about it, right? Not just having meetings for the meeting and talking about it, but really being productive in what we see for ourselves, what we see for our families, what the kids see for themselves. It's one thing to tell a child, hey, this is what I want you to do, but checking in with them to see what would you like to do? How do you see your life going? How do you see you finishing school? How do you see yourself making new friends? How do you see your relationships, friendships? And even for us, how do we see our partnerships, right? And so the big question that we're always asked in growing up is, what do you want to be when you grow up? Well, most of the time you don't even know, right? And it's truly rare sometimes people to say, you know, this is what I've always wanted to become. We may shift and change that at least 3-4 times in our lifetime and then still say, nah, this is not what I want. But crossing out this 5 is more about us learning to edit life and get clear on what we really want so we can put the energy and the focus on what needs to go on that board and what we're really going to add a vibration of energy and love and positivity and abundance and even prayer. So you have your 5 that you crossed out. Yes. If you're done, Pasha, just give me a thumbs up or let me know.
I am done. That was hard though. I
It-
get stuck on the last one every time. I got to 4. I was like, I don't know what the 5th one should be.
Right. I know. And it gets tough because it's like, which one do I cross out? For those who are in the chat, and even for you, they don't have to mention and share which one they crossed out, but they could say, you know what, Lucinda, my number 2 was tough. My number
Right.
7 was tough. I would love to see, please someone share. And if you want to share which one it was and you want to type it in your chats, let me know. But which one was tough for you?
My number 9 was tough.
You know-
But I just want to share my approach. I don't know how other people approached it, but the way I approach crossing out is I crossed out the things that I believe I have under control already. Like I'm good at doing these things. I have it under control. I have a discipline around it. And I believe even if I cross it out, I'm going to do them anyway, because I'm already doing them pretty well, right? It's still important,
Yes.
but I have it under control. So I chose to leave the ones on the list where I need more work.
Got it. I love it. Love it. All right, cool. Did anybody put anything in the chat?
Someone said number 7, and it was tough because it's in regards to her motherhood.
Wow.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to share what you crossed out? They're being shy. They want to keep it to themselves. Okay. I understand.
I get it.
Dawn said she had the same approach. I guess the same approach as me, you mean?
Looking at what you already can have a handle on.
Yeah, like I believe I'm going to do these, whether I put it on this. I'm still going to put them on the board too, though, because they are very important things. I just think I'm already doing pretty well on those. Vanessa crossed out number 2. It was tough. Someone else crossed out, Jamila crossed out the ones that she has the least control over.
That's good.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's good. Okay, so we have 5 left. Out of the 5, I want you to put prayer next to 1. Out of the 5 you have left, put prayer next to 1. Then I want you to put a star next to 1. Then I want you to circle one of them. And I want you to put a check. Excuse me, it's
what was the last one?
so prayer for 1.
Prayer, star,
circle, check.
Okay.
Prayer, star, circle, check. That one that's left over, that little pinky, cross that one out. So you should have 4 left. 1 you put prayer next to, 1 you put a star next to, 1 you put a check next to, and 1 you circled. Star, check, circle, prayer. And now the one that's left is the one that gets crossed out. The one that has the star, put 30. The one that has the check, put 60. And the one that has the circle, put 90. Star, check, circle. 30, 60, 90. The prayer one, leave it as prayer. The one that you put all 4 of these are really the main focus of your board that you're going to put up, in addition to everything else. The process of elimination and getting clear is that when we focus on the star, check, and the circle, all the other pieces are going to come into play. So there's nothing missing and nothing lacking. You will accomplish those. You will continue to see those on your board. But what happens is we don't have a bunch of stuff now in a basket and we're trying to make a goulash of stuff. We're now focused on, okay, this is my 30. And when the one that you have the star, that's 30, that's what you'll focus on and give your 100% as much as you can, non-negotiable energy and time to. This is the one that you're going to put your stop, start, and continue energy in. This is the one you'll find images for and put this up on your board. And for 30 days, you're like, I'm going to work and accomplish this as much as I possibly can. And let's be honest, don't shift or change them on your paper. I'm looking at some of y'all. Don't try to change your 90 to your 30 and your 60 to your 90. Leave it as it is. Let's let faith do what it does, right? Let's let the magic work the way that it does. Let's let the universe bring and pull pieces together for us the way that it does. Does it mean that, will you become a doctor in 30 days? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? You may get an honorary. But it's saying that I'm going to do every step necessary, making the phone calls, what I'm going to stop, what I'm going to start, what I'm going to continue. I'm putting all my energy into this. And this is what it looks like. I'm looking at it on my vision board as if it is already done. Now let me do the steps that I need to take to get there. What are the action steps? What are the decisions that I need to make this happen? Who do I need to call, right? And so that's your 30, getting it done. And let's hold each other accountable to this. Then you have your 60, same thing. You don't start your 60 until your 30 is complete. Then you're 60, then you're 90. The one for prayer is the one that you'll keep praying about, because you're like, this one right here, God, I need help. We need help with all of them, but this one right here, Father, this is going to take a whole different mindset, whole different budget, maybe whole different energy, attitude. This prayer one, yeah, this one is going to come by way of heavy prayer. Right. And so it's keeping that one in prayer. But your 30, 60, 90 is where the main focus of the goal accomplishment for your board is happening. And you'll see that you will get the other 6 that we took off. By the time you complete your 30, you'll probably have completed 2 or 3 of the other things that we crossed off. So nothing is missing and nothing is lacking. It's just giving us more focus and clarity. And that's what I love about getting clear on our 30, 60, 90, right? That's what I love about getting clear on what do I really need to be praying for and praying about, whether it's for me, my child, and even for the children who are working on their vision boards today. What do you need to pray for? What do you like? You know what? This right here this is beyond mommy and daddy. I need help, right? I need help. I need help from the church. I need help from God. Like this one I need support with. And being clear on what you're really praying about. And now we work on the vision board. We've released some of the things that we know are working for us and not working for us. Now let's put together some pieces. Now let's look at our clippings and figure out what words and affirmations, how can we speak life into this board? Everything you put on your vision board moving forward should be as if it is already done. That credit score already done, debt-free already done. Well, debt management rather already done. That investment home, it's up there. What does it look like? Your office space, what does it look like? Your book cover, you're going to put bestseller, New York Times bestseller, Amazon bestseller, your book complete. I'm an author, right? I started my business. You're going to put, what does that look like? As many images and words that you can put on that board, you put it up there, so that you can see it as if it's already done. That's the beauty of vision. What we're already asking for, there's a saying, they said, God laughs at your plan, right? What we're already asking for is already set aside for us. We just sometimes, I'll speak for myself, I just didn't get clear. I didn't have enough. I'm very impatient with God. I got some nerve, right? But I didn't take time to sit and get clear on what I really, really wanted. Who did I really, really want to become? Who did I need to be? What did I really want to do? What do I really desire to have? Not what someone's telling me, because when we're not clear, now we're just accepting life as it's coming to us. Just give me whatever. Nope. We are being intentional. And I teach my kids this, especially my sons, I teach them, be very intentional about your moves, about where you see yourself, about what you desire to have. Does it make sense to spend $1,000 on jeans? Did you know, like there's jeans that I'm like, oh my God. Does it make sense to buy these $300 sneakers? Or does it make sense to put $30 into the stock that makes the sneakers so that you can get these sneakers on your own investment without it coming out of mommy's pocket or daddy's pocket? That's birthday money. right? I show my kids how to invest their money, their birthday money, their Christmas money, so that they can have more without constantly coming back to me with their handout, except for my daughter now in Hampton. I didn't realize how serious it is with them eating on campus. But anyway, back to the source. Take these next few minutes, like 10-15 minutes, and start putting the pieces together. And if you don't have all your elements and pieces right now, say, okay, this is where the home is going to go. This is where my workout program is going to go on my board. Start creating that skeleton of what you want it to look like. If you're doing it digitally, create your map. What I'll do is I'll share a template with the team and have them upload it with Beth, and I'll have them upload it inside the group on Facebook, so that you can at least use the template. You can print it out, you can use it. It has the Fab Five, and it has this last thing that I want to share with you. What is your word? And whether you say, this is my word for this quarter, this is my word for the next 6 months. I like to pick a word every month, honestly. But if you have an overall word for the house, everybody under this roof, this is the word. Or if it's a personal word for you, because you know things need to change. What is your word for 2023? What is your word for 2023? Write that down. That goes on your board. Your word is on your board. Your name is on your board. Your image is on the board. Everything that you are going to accomplish and have accomplished already that we're going to celebrate is on that board. Every time you accomplish something, especially your 30, 60, 90, and you go back and wash, rinse, and repeat that and do it again, celebrate. Pull out the pom-poms. Take yourself out on a date. Do something for yourself. Me, I'm a water person, so I will have to find a creek, a river, or someplace water, somewhere there where there's water, and that's my moment of breathing until I get to a beach someplace. But that's my way of celebrating. I may get my favorite beverage, or I make my glass of wine. Let's keep it real, okay? So I may get my wine, and I may pull up by the river or the creek, and I'm like, you know what? Me and my lobster roll, and I'm like, you know what, Lucinda, you did that. You did that. You did that, and it can be the smallest thing. The celebration adds more vibration to your board. Yes. So take these next few minutes, if you're working on your board, to put the elements, or at least the skeleton, together right now. And I'll play some music, and I'll be back in, let's say, and let's take 10 minutes or less, and let's work on some of the skeleton pieces of it, or start cutting and pasting. Let's see what music we have. I told you I'm gonna do some old school. I know the kids are like, what is she playing? This is Bootsy. I hope y'all can hear it. I should have had my speakers.
just love the way you act, and that's a fact. I wanna be your number one, so get to that. Maybe the next time, maybe the next time, maybe the next time, I'd rather be with you. I'd rather be with you until I'm free. Oh, yes, I do. I'd rather be with you until that day will fly away. I just love that smiling face in the early sun. If I can't have you to myself, then life's no fun. I'd rather be with you, yeah. Yeah, I'd rather be with you. I'd rather be with you, yeah. Yeah, I'd rather be with you. Oh, babe. Well, you might think I'm trying to be funny, but I'm really serious this time, baby. Even though it's a cold world, baby, but you know deep down inside that I do love you. I know I sound strange, but I really mean it. We gonna make it this time, baby. You're the only one. I really love you. I'm coming at you with both hands, tied behind my back, baby. You got me. I'm coming at you. Get ready. I'm gonna stick my love in your eye, baby. You can see me coming, baby. Just come on.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. How's it going, everyone?
Going well over here.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna try to post the template in here.
Yeah, I would love to see the template.
Okay.
It's so hard just holding on and even picking up my phone. It's hard enough to be, hard enough to sleep, hard enough to be alone. I'm just trying to move along. Sometimes I do and then I don't. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. Tell myself that it ain't healthy. Second guessing it don't help me. I'm so tired of feeling empty. Dry my eyes, it's time to fight. Seems like I'm always against me. Seems like this is never ending. I refuse to let it end me. Mentally, spiritually, physically, I need my peace. Oh, I need my peace. Oh, oh, oh. I wake up every morning and tell myself, good morning, gorgeous. Sometimes you gotta look in the
The template is inside the group. I'll also send it to you or Vanessa as a PDF so you guys can share it as well for people who want to print.
Okay, awesome.
I hate myself and I hate so intensely. Lord help me. I wake up every morning and tell myself, morning gorgeous. Sometimes I gotta look in the mirror and say, morning gorgeous. No one else can make me feel this way. Morning gorgeous. Morning gorgeous. Morning gorgeous. I ain't talking about getting no hair and makeup. I'm talking about soon as I wake up, I say good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Okay, checking in real quick. I know we're about to start wrapping up. Is there any questions or comments that anyone has? If anyone care to share what their word is for the year?
I can't decide on the word. I have a few options.
You have a few options. So are you one that would
Yeah.
like to have a word a month or just an overall word for the year?
I like to have one for the year, like I
Mhm.
like to have an overarching theme for the year. So that's why it's hard to just choose one.
Yeah. I get it. I get it.
And I'm gonna meditate on that a little more.
Right. Because it's something that you could just say, yeah.
Yeah, I want to be able to commit,
Mhm.
I only made it through. I want to use your template, so I'm gonna hold off, but I was working in PowerPoint.
Okay.
I only made it through fitness for now, but I'm gonna keep going.
So I'm
And
gonna
just,
get fancy soon and have this all digital, right? The goal is
yeah,
this whole process digital where people can actually get in and be able to pull things and work on it digitally, right? So
yeah.
I
Do
need
you
to ask
still
my
sell the
daughter.
kits too?
Yeah, I still have the kids, still sell
Okay.
yeah,
So
but
tell people about that in case they want to do the physical version.
okay. So well, we're upgrading that. So that was part of my one of my goals was to get the kits revamped, and they are working on getting them revamped. They should
Okay.
have been done by January, but by next month they should be done.
All right. Well, whenever they're ready, let us know so we can post and let everyone know. And we're going to share the digital template, which I will be working on with my boys later today. Didn't get
Mhm.
them out of bed this early, but we're going to work on it. I'm going to get the framework, we'll watch the recording, and do it together using your template. You posted it in the group?
Yes.
Okay. Does
Yeah.
anyone want to share before we go? Does anyone want to share anything from your vision board, or do you have any questions? The people are being shy about sharing their personal business, but lots of notes of gratitude, getting texts,
Good.
just thanking you so much for doing this. So, as always, it's been fabulous, just a
Thank
fabulous
you.
way. And it's so interesting the way that whole crossing out and circling and star and prayer and 30, 60, 90 works. Like, I don't know what kind of voodoo that is that you're using, but you know what I mean? Like, because we don't know why we're doing that, then it works out to be like
It-
what it needs to be, right?
yeah, it does.
Did you come up with that?
Yes.
That's
That was
amazing.
straight. I was like, how can I? Because I'm one that has a full list of things I want to come. I want to take over the world in one night, and it was like I was like, no, break this down. And
Right.
so I was like, oh gosh, okay, and yeah, I say the
Definitely.
same thing. I'm like, I don't know what kind of Ouija mess this is, but it
Yeah, I
worked.
don't know how you did that, but each time it works out to be like, I guess it's in your subconscious, especially the prayer one, like
Mhm.
clearly, but
Yeah.
oh wait, let me just see. I'm just gonna share share a few comments. I just want to say that this session is a blessing. This was wonderful. Thank you for making it available. This was excellent. This was wonderful. Thank you. Came right on time. So nice to do this with you all. So as always, Lucinda, thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope to see you in person
I know we
soon.
have to make
You
a
know?
date for sure.
Yes.
We have to make a date.
I would love that. You're on my friend fun list.
Yeah, that's
Friends
right.
and fun.
Yes, I might be going with you on that trip. That sounds
Okay. No,
Yeah.
no, come. Ghana, July 2nd through 9th. Anybody who wants to join, we're going to have a cultural experience. It also will land on our 7th mob anniversary, which is very significant. It's our 7 years of existence, July 7th, 2023. So I'm serious, you know, and
No, I'm
in
serious.
making
I
the
want
call
to
for
go.
anyone who wants to come July 2nd through 9th, I will be in Ghana and welcome
No,
you to join.
I really, I'm putting this in my calendar right now.
Okay.
This is going on the vision board, July 2nd.
Through 9th. Yeah, put it on your vision board. If you're watching, put it on your vision board.
Right.
I have a travel agent planning the activities. We can do all the cultural experiences together. Yes,
Oh my
definitely,
gosh.
Vanessa, come on.
I'm in.
That would
Vanessa,
be wonderful.
let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay.
All right.
My
then.
anniversary in Ghana. That's on my vision board for sure. I mean, it's already planned, so it's happening. It's just how many people are coming with me.
I love this. I love this. This
Yeah.
is
So just go over the F's again one more time. So I don't know if the template has you categorizing by F, but I want to think about.
It does. It does. Faith,
Okay.
family, friends, finances, fitness, fun. Faith,
family, friends.
finances,
Okay. Fitness and
fun.
fun. Got it. Okay. I was missing family.
Wait, faith, family, friends, finances, fitness, and the bonus is fun.
And the bonus is fun, but fun is very important. So let's put that as a priority.
Yes.
Okay. Well, anything else you want to share?
No, that's it. That's it. They can always connect with me on Instagram or here on Facebook, Lucinda Cross, all across the board. Always can get inspirational information.
Awesome. And I'm going to go in the group and find the templates because people are asking about that. You posted it in the private group, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to find it and I'll share it later.
Okay. And I'll share send it to you and Vanessa so that you guys
Okay.
All right then.
Awesome. Well, thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of the weekend and a wonderful year. Activating your vision. Bye-bye.